Hey, this is Joe of Joe's Carp Adventures, and today is Friday, August 16th, and I am at Lake Trashmore, Virginia Beach, Virginia. Going to do a little exploring with my Deeper Pro Plus. I give you a 360 here, just so you can see what we're talking about. But this is another potential carp fishing location, so we're going to give it a shot. I'll let you know how it goes. All right, for you guys that are not familiar with the Deeper, I have a special rod set aside for that with 50-pound braid, so hopefully I don't lose it, since it's a $200 item and I can't replace those every day of the week. So this is the Deeper Pro Plus. It has two little, I guess it's a water switch. When the water makes contact between these two things, it starts transmitting. It has a little divot here that you use to attach your line to. There are different ones depending on how you're fishing. For reeling in off the bank, this is the proper one. Got a heavy-duty snap swivel. I'm going to attach it. Got a Palomar knot on there. I'm going to put the Deeper in the water and just leave that for a minute so it starts transmitting. And then the Deeper has a nice, ingenious system for mounting your phone. To your pole. And I'll show you how that works. You've got this phone holder, which you attach with two elastic bands. Make sure it's oriented properly. I like to put it up on the end of the butt section there so it has a little more. Alright, that securely fastens that. We want to orient it so yeah, that's about right. You can see all that. It's securely fastened with those bands. I'm going to take my smartphone and attach it like so. Oop. I like to do it the other way. Some of you may be dubious about whether you would want to put your phone on this thing. I've been doing this for a while. Now you can see. Whoop. Somehow I'm caught here. There we go. Alright, so there's my phone. Let's try that again. I have a little trouble putting in my password when I'm not oriented properly. I'm going to open up the Deeper app, and it's going to start searching for the Deeper. There's the Deeper floating in the water right there. It gives me the option to turn off my my mobile data, which will make the wireless reception better, which I'll do temporarily. Okay, and then we'll return. And let's start probing. Alright, it's found the Deeper. I'm going to make a cast over toward that dock. Alright. Start winding it in. And surprisingly, it's like 10 feet deep. I would have never guessed that. It's nearly this deep in here. I'm seeing some small bait fish. Haven't seen any big fish yet, but there's certainly plenty of bait. Ooh, there's a huge thing of bait fish scattered from the top to the bottom. and it is surprisingly deep here. Surprisingly deep. Alright, let's try another cast. Line up to that. Get a good whack. Alright. There's another cast, and as you can see, the phone is... Okay, it found a big fish over there. I'm kind of close to a dock. Don't know whether it was a carp or a catfish. I don't know if those are weed beds I'm seeing. Ooh, there's another huge. I'm assuming that's a huge thing of bait fish. It's hard to tell. Haven't seen any what I'd call big fish yet. Continue fan casting my way around. Alright, let's try one about where that willow tree, I think I already did that. Let's try about where that pole is on that amphitheater. Whack it out there. Alright. Like I said, I'm very surprised to discover that it's 10 feet deep out there. It's quite deep. Some more bait fish and possibly some larger fish. So I'm reeling it in. There's a huge concentration of bait fish there. Wow. Scattered all throughout the entire water column. I'm not seeing a lot of big fish though so far. Seeing a few things that might be big fish. Rapidly gets shallow as it comes back over this way, and might be a few things that could count for big fish. Alright, let's give it another whack about straight out. Let's try that. Keeping in mind the wind is going to blow it a little bit. Okay, that was almost straight in front of me. Again, it's between 10 and 11 feet deep. Which to me is surprising. I wouldn't have guessed it to be anywhere near that deep. Huge, huge concentrations of bait fish just there. Wow. But I'm not really seeing many big fish yet. Alright, let's see what we can see. Alright, we're going to go toward that point. The end of the point. I have to cast a little to the right of it. And that was a pretty good cast. Alright, that cast is almost directly toward the point, getting a little deeper as I go out that way, and now it's slightly over 11 feet deep. Seeing what looks like bait fish on the bottom, but a big pile of bait fish or a big pile of brush, hard to tell. Not seeing much in the way of larger fish. There's some more, like a huge concentration of bait fish, I would say. Get in a little closer. That seems to be fairly consistent a little ways out there. There's a large concentration of bait fish, but I'm not seeing much that I would think was a carp. All right, let's try beyond the point of Oays. Pretty much casting straight into the wind. This thing casts pretty well, though, I gotta admit. Almost 12 feet deep out there. Looks like some huge something. Oh, there's some big fish, but they're suspended. They're up near the top. And like a huge brush pile of some kind. And there's definitely some fish, but boy, they're not on the bottom. They're up suspended. And there's some about 5 feet deep or a little shallower in the water column. I get it closer in, there's the usual concentration of bait fish. Okay, very interesting. Getting shallower again. I'm going to continue my fan casting. Alright, let's see. I'm going to use that building as my target. Target that. That's pretty much straight across the lake and into the wind. And maybe I'll try one more after this. Still between 11 and 12 feet deep. Not much am I seeing in this area in the way of fish. There's a couple things near the bottom that might be a fish of some kind. Alright, and as we get closer in, there's the usual huge accumulation of bait fish stretching from the bottom all the way to the top. Just out there. Very interesting. Let's try one more cast, a little bit different orientation. Let's see what we can see. Alright. Let's cast with that pole. The opposite bank. And whack it. That wasn't bad. Alright. Oh, it's like, well, it was 13, 14 feet deep. Now it's 12 out that way. And it's pretty, there's some scattered fish up in the water column, but I would call it pretty spare. Not a lot. Not a lot am I seeing. I guess we'll do one more cast here, just for grins. I'm going to change spots. Alright, building is my target now. Let's whack it. Alright, last cast in this spot. 12.5 feet deep toward that brick building. Ooh, there's a big fish. There's some kind of collection of big fish right there. Oh yeah. In the mid depths, like 10 feet deep, but not down on the bottom. And then there's what looks like a pile of little bait fish on the bottom. Okay. I haven't been overly impressed with what I'm seeing here. in terms of numbers of large fish. Certainly a lot of bait fish in here, and that kind of bodes well. All right, let's try another spot. All right, new spot. This looks like a good place to cast from. All right, we're going to point toward. Give it a good whack. All right. I probably should have put it in the water first. I think that cast is going to be meaningless. Well, it's telling me it's only 4 feet deep. Okay. Well, very shallow then, up close to shore. Nothing much doing there. All right, let's get that thing in. That's not going to do me much good. Okay, let's go out to that high tree over there, straight across where I'm pointing. And let's see what we can get from there. All right, let's see if it gets any better. A little to the right of it. Whack it out there. Alright. Alright, more like 10 feet deep out where I am. Now the wind is coming toward me. I would expect that to be a good sign. Rapidly getting shallow again. Okay, it's looking like my best bet will be to fish straight out. Very shallow to the side, 4 feet now. It apparently gets very gradually gets deep here. Okay, nothing at all out here to see fish-wise. All right, let's try over toward that white building I'm looking at next and see what we can find. Whack it. Okay. Pretty close to what I was looking for. Okay, 13 feet deep. Some little collection of something out there. Hard to tell what. Certainly that boat basin seems to have more fish in it than anything else I've seen so far. Rapidly getting shallow again. Okay, so far I'm not seeing this as a real good spot to fish from. All right, I'm going to cast to that opening in that dip in the tree line. That's the next destination. All right, opening in the tree line. All right, ducks, and whack it. All right, not bad. 14 feet deep. Some small fish. not sure what to make of that, if that's a big fish or what that was. I don't really know. Not sure what to make of it. I would say not a lot though. Alright, let's see, can I cast maybe next to the to that building? Can I cast from here? I may have to go over this way a little bit. Can I cast from here without catching the tree? I think so. Does that look alright? That does. Whack it. Alright. 16 feet out there toward that building. Pretty barren out this way. One fish way up in the water column. But not much. This is not the spot I would fish in. Well, not in the summertime anyway. Not sure what that is. Wouldn't call it a fish. Alright. That was that building. Alright, how about straight out? Can I cast straight out without hitting anything? I think so. Whack it. Alright. $15 feet deep. Pretty dead. Not seeing much in the way of signs of life. Well, there's a few fish up in the mid depths. This is not where I would fish. There's some kind of a fish right there. But really not a lot. Alright. Let's try a little further over. In the tree. Let's try toward that. Whack it. This is not the spot. By everything I can see. Cast for that point next. Okay. Not seeing much of anything. Okay, haven't found them yet. Alright, let's go for that point. Alright. A little to the left. I would have expected the wind to blow more fish this way. I'm going to try for that orange thing next. I'm getting tired of doing this because I'm not seeing hardly anything. It's not where I would fish. Alright, let's try that orange thing. Whack it! Okay. I'm not really encouraged to try a whole lot more places out here because I'm not seeing much. It's deep, but I'm not seeing much in the way of fish. Maybe 2 more casts. This is not the spot. There was certainly bait fish in there, but that's all. If I was going to carp fish, this is not where I would fish. Let's see. And then wide angle, fish icons. Yep. Okay. Try that. Good right there. Whack it out to that willow. Alright, not bad. Do that. I think I'll try one more. There's a little something there. There's a few fish out that way. Bottom. A few more. All right, one more. Fish right there, but I wouldn't fish without being on the bottom. Everything's slope off, and I'm not seeing enough fish here to justify any fishing whatsoever. All right, I think I'm going to take one more cast over here and be done with it. All right. Whack it. Out here. Pretty deep. Walk on to the next spot. Now let me just try one straight out and see what I see. This is really not a very, I mean, I could fish here, but just for curiosity, let's just whack one straight out toward. Let's go straight across. Okay, it wasn't bad. Alright. 16 feet out there. It's just barren and lifeless as can be on this side over here. Wondering, well, okay. There's a few fish. I don't think this would be worth my time, however. Nope, this would not be my chosen spot. Alright, let's try someplace else. That wasn't very exciting. Alright. Alright, so this time, let's see if we can connect up. Too shallow? Alright. At least you're seeing it. Whack it out. Whack it out. Alright. Let's see what we can see. Okay, some small fish down near the bottom. I think that's what those are. Rapidly getting shallower. I don't know where this huge 30-foot trough is I used to hear about. But I don't see any sign of it, at least not as far as I'm casting out. Maybe all the way out in the middle. Okay. Alright. Worth trying. Well, again, it's just not very hospitable. I guess you could hazard a cast or two from here. Worth a try. Gonna hurt nothing. Alright. Pretty consistently about 16 feet. Didn't really see a lot. Didn't really see a lot, and it gets shallow pretty quickly. Okay. Keep moving. That wasn't particularly instructive. Okay, maybe a few things in there. Okay. That was one over here. Okay, that's good and tight. It's tight, nice, good. Okay, I don't know how deep it is over there. I don't want to cast too far, too hard. Feet. Pretty little spot if there's anything to catch here. Okay, not seeing any signs of anything yet. That tree. Alright, there's a few what I'd call bait fish over the area. Bluegill, crappie, something like that. Get the fish in here with a trout magnet, maybe. Over the deep part. Alright, how about that willow next? Let's try that. Look to the left. That's a pretty good cast. Drops off very quickly. But no fish. Not that way. Alright, a few scattered whatevers. Okay, we're going to go for that tree next. Nothing big. There's nothing big in here. Alright, let's go for that little whatever that is. I like it. It's all good. Hey, buddy. Not finding much in Trashmore. Wonder why that is. It's just pretty much devoid. Well, this looks like a kind of inviting little spot. Could be. Well, let's try. Yes, I'm out of the water. You're correct on that. Alright. Let's try right over here. Straight out. And we'll back it. The fish are, but boy, the place is barren. Is that a fish there? Yeah, that looks fishy. Well, there's something there. Could be a fish. get shallow very quickly. Bottom of the marginal shelf. I'll venture one more cast here. It's not overwhelming. Let's try over there. Something on the bottom way out there. Be a carp. Some possible fish. There's some more. By this first pine tree from this corner, I don't know, there's some fish in here. There's definitely more fish down at this end than there was where I was trying before. And they're right at the bottom of the marginal shelf. So it appears. Let's try a cast over toward town center, see what we see. And that was a little more encouraging. Whack! Okay, and I need to go more left. Going that way. Nothing over that way. Okay. Nothing over that way. Alright. I can take a hint. Ooh. There might be more in this corner. Okay, something. Not a lot. Try straight out. All right, straight across. Let's whack it. That wasn't a very good cast, but not as deep over here, is it? that is, but still not seeing what I'd call an abundance of fish. Well, there's something interesting. All right, interesting. Whoa. Very shallow in this corner. I'm going to have to give it up. One more cast, Lord. No, I'm going to stop it. All right, straight out. Very shallow in here. I wouldn't fish here. This wouldn't be worthwhile. Okay. Well, I'm not sure. I haven't really been enthused about what I found so far. But at least I've learned a little bit something about the contours of this lake. Okay.